What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of J Pit Fishing. Today we're out here at a beautiful pond that a family friend allows us to fish, and it is full of fish. The only problem is they're not usually the giant ones. So today what I'm going to try and do, I have a little experiment. I got a whole bunch of different colored swim baits in my box, and I know these fish in this pond like the swim baits. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all these lures, see how many fish I can catch on each color, and figure out which one maybe we shouldn't even be throwing or which ones we shouldn't even have in our tackle box. So let's get after it. So as fishermen, a lot of times we can get into this habit of thinking that lures are really important and what you got tied on is really important to whether or not you're successful. And what I seem to have learned over the years for the most part is that it's more about location and just simply being around the fish than color. So today I'm going to test that theory a little bit. We're out here at a pond that I haven't got to fish in about a year, and it's one of my favorite ponds. It doesn't have giant fish in it necessarily, but it's got a lot of fish. It's just one of those places that's a lot of fun to come out here and just get after it and catch a bunch, you know, 1 pounders or so. And there's one right there, first cast. But what it does have is massive crappie and massive bluegill. So hopefully we'll catch some bigger than this little guy right here. But as you can see, that was on a little Tennessee shad color. So we're already starting off little swim bait action. It's spring, you know, just the classic situation, a little bit of wind. So now I'm gonna go ahead and switch out. I'm even gonna switch out the profile of this bait. I'm gonna just switch out and do the same swim bait, but it's gonna be totally different color and profile. And we're gonna see if we can stay on these fish and still catch them, or if it's something to do with the actual color itself that gets these fish to trigger. So now I got this bluegill color swim bait on here and a little bit slimmer profile, no eyes on it. We're gonna take a cast in basically the same spot. I'm assuming they're probably grouped up out there, and we'll see if we can get another one. I have a feeling that color probably won't matter all that much, at least when the fish are biting. I'm definitely not saying that color never matters, but I think for the most part, as anglers, we usually make it way too big of a deal than it really is. All right, we're gonna get on the turtle pattern. There we go. So there's number 2 for the day. And as you can see, that's on that different swim bait profile and color. So that's number 2 for that's piece of evidence number 2. Yeah, I'm getting there. Let me work on it a little more. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say here. That's 2 strikes against the fact that color matters and even profile. So far it's really not looking good for that idea. Let's go something kind of crazy. This is a 13 fishing swim bait here that I have, and it's a lot wider profile, definitely an odd profile, and it's also this purple color. I've actually caught quite a few fish on it, but it's something totally different than what I've just been throwing. And it's clear water, so you would think a bright color like that probably wouldn't necessarily be your first pick, but we're gonna give it a cast, see what happens. We're gonna throw it. So right out here where I'm casting to, those cypress trees over there. Oh, my wife's got one hooked up. Oh, doubled up. What I was trying to say is right out there where I'm casting to is a big flat. It comes out probably, I don't know, 40 feet from the bank or so, and it's like maybe half a foot deep, and then right off the end of it, it gets to like the deepest part of this pond. That's a little better one there. This is the size I would like to catch all day. Not giant guys, but you know, fun little bass to catch for sure.
Mine bigger than yours?
Nope.
Dang it.
Definitely not. Mine's long and skinny, hers is a little chunkier, and both on the same swim bait. Looky there. So definitely that purple color will work. That's another different profile, another different color, and clearly it is looking like color and profile doesn't really matter. All right, so now I'm moving on to the next little swim bait here. Back to one with an eye. Real shad looking profile. It's just kind of pearlescent with a green top. And it's a little bit bigger than the other swim baits I was throwing, but it's not as big as the one I just had on. So let's see if this will catch one. I have a good feeling it will. There we go. I figured I would. Yep. Once again, that was a little smaller profile than the other swim bait I had on. And it took 2 casts with that to catch a bass. I mean, that looks delicious, so why wouldn't a bass eat it, right? So let's see. After a brief intermission, get my wife out of the tree. Got a smaller swim bait that's white. I'm gonna throw it in that same location. There we go. Same location, same process. Gonna let it sink to bottom. And then once it hits bottom, I'm gonna pop it up and slow roll it back. Oh, he come off right there. He bit it right there at the bank. Nothing on that cast. Still got algae. Let's throw it out a little deeper. Oh, I missed him. He bit it. I thought he had it. That's 2 fish I've missed on this white. That's curious. Just a solid white. Usually I only throw solid white like this in like pretty stained water or even like muddy water. Those are the only places I throw solid white. I don't like throwing solid white in clear water ever. I just have never had luck on it. So there could be something to that. Like it's the right size now, but the color is just so weird to them that they won't commit to it and grab enough to get that hook. I'm switching out. I'm gonna go to a shad color again now. You know what? It's the exact same profile, but it's shad color. We're gonna go this Swimming Fluke Junior and Smoking Shad. See how many casts it takes to get bit. I just want to see before I make any conclusions about the color white, if it's just that there's no more fish in this spot willing to bite. There's one. First cast. That's crazy. Literally the exact same profile and just a different color. Like I was saying, I struggle throwing white in clear water like this. I mean, this water's probably, I guess some people would call this stained, but probably 4-foot visibility. That's crazy. That was one cast with that different color. Literally had just thrown so many casts into that spot. First cast, more shad-like color, and catch one. Oh! That scared the crap out of me. He ate it right at the bank. Golly. But there you go, guys. That's two in like 3 casts. Same exact profile, just a different color. Both of them committed to it, obviously, really well, because I easily caught those fish. So I'm gonna switch back to the white and let's see. Just gonna go back to the old straight white. I think this is called white ice or something like that. White with clear and silver fleck on top. Literally just caught 2 fish out of this same area and 3 casts after previously casting like 20 casts or so with this white and not getting bit. So I'm gonna give this, I'll give this 10 casts, and if I don't catch one in 10 casts, I think I'm pretty well calling it. Fishing dirty water 3 more casts. So I guess that's gonna wrap it up. I mean, I sat here and I probably have 10 or 13 fish now, and I threw just about every color I have in this tackle box full of swim baits. And wouldn't you know it, it seems to be white that these fish don't like. So I'm just gonna toss that out, and I'm done with white.